guys, I just wanted to do a little video and kind of do a playthrough of the beta version of Vivaland that's called Vivaland Dream House. It's on Steam right now. But first, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of something I found about Vivaland. I don't know if you've done any research on it or if this is a game that you're looking forward to, but they also have a little bit of a roadmap, and I saw something that I think might be interesting to you guys. So this is their roadmap, their FAQ, whatever you want to call it. And I was scrolling through some of these, and this one caught my eye here. Will it support mods? And their answer is modding support is not the main priority right now, but we will be working on it after early access. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to have mods, because they are saying they will be working on it, but it is a little bit disappointing when the Sims community is so used to being able to mod, and also there are other games that are coming out soon or in the next year or so that do promise to have mods and modding from the get-go. A couple of the other things that I thought were kind of interesting are these questions here. What stages of life are planned? Will there be animals or pets? And are there community lots? And also is it open world? So let's start with this first one. What stages of life are planned? Their answer is there will only be adult Vivas upon the early access release, with additional life stages later on. So this early access of it, whenever that happens, it doesn't feel like it'll be a fully fleshed out game, which is why I'm not as excited about this one. Although, as you will see in my playthrough, the graphics are pretty incredible. I really like the style. It's kind of slightly realistic and slightly cartoonish still. And I feel like it does have a lot of potential, but they're trying to release it too soon, I feel like. Same thing with this. Will there be animals or pets? Not for the initial early access release. It will be considered later on. So this one, it doesn't even say that they'll work on it after early access. It will be considered after early access. So that's a little disappointing. And then as for the are there community lots? At the current, okay, well, they need to work on their grammar. But at the game stage currently, they're only house, aka residential lots, but they're planning to have a wide variety of places to visit. I don't know what that means, but like I said before, it feels like this game isn't very fleshed out. And then the same thing with open world. Is it open world? There's only one town with 8 residential lots on it. The town is not an open world. So this is something that Simmers have been complaining about with The Sims 4, that it's not open world. It's even more disappointing right now that there's only one town for the game with only 8 residential lots, and it's not open world. So this is feeling like a very simple game. They don't have a lot of things planned for the players, and I feel like if they launch this in early access before they've got it more fleshed out than this, it's going to be very disappointing, and they're going to lose a lot of players and a lot of potential income, because people will just leave. I don't think that they'll stay with this disappointing of a game. But I am going to show you guys my playthrough of the little beta version that they have on Steam right now. I did still have a really good time making this build on here. And like I said, I think it does have a lot of potential. They just maybe need to push back their early access release. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the graphics of the game? What do you think about their roadmap and the things that they've said? How do you feel about it not being open world and not having any life stages, not having animals or pets? Let me know your thoughts on all of that. So this is the main screen of Vivaland Dream House. As you can see, there's a resume, whatever last town that you were in, load town if you have multiple towns and want to visit a different one, join town. So that is if you have a friend who also plays Vivaland, they can get a code to their town and share that with you, and you can put that code in and then join their town and build on their lots and have your Vivas live in there. And you can also share the codes to your towns as well. And then there's create a town and settings and quit. So we're going to create a new town, and I think I'm just going to call it Meadow Beach, which doesn't make any sense. So this is the town here. As you can see, it has 8 lots on it. Residential, there's one on the lighthouse, there's one by the lake here, and then there's some more in town, I guess, and then there's one kind of on the way out of town, it looks like. So this is basically it for this. This is the beta version, so I'm hoping that when the actual game comes out, they will have more lots. Maybe they'll work on some lots that are not residential, some community spaces, but we'll have to see when the game comes out. So let's just go ahead and go to this one called Lakeside Retreat. So the controls are a little difficult to get used to. You move around by right click, you hold down the right click, and then you can kind of move it around, and then you use the arrow keys to go forwards and backwards, side to side. G can turn the grid on and off, but you can also hold shift once you're actually starting to build, and that will just toggle it on and off temporarily. It does have a tutorial, which I will kind of get up and running. So here is the beginning of the tutorial. It talks about the grid and snap tools, how many objects and surfaces you can customize, how you can change the position of your walls. So this one, it starts with how you can select the wall tool from the house menu, which is this build menu, and then there's like the buy menu. So you have the option of a regular wall, a room, or a curved wall. So if you just place a room like that, as you can see, and then you click on it, and this raises and lowers the height of the wall. You can also change the size of the room, but you have to click on the individual walls. So you can't just click on the whole room and have it selected and then have the option to move all the walls. You have to click on the specific wall that you want. The other thing is that unlike in The Sims, you can't raise and lower the rooms to create a foundation. You have to create your foundation first. So if I wanted, let's say, a simple box house, but I wanted it on a foundation, I would have to draw the box and then press foundation, and then draw the box on it again, which I don't love that. It's not my favorite, but maybe it'll just take some getting used to. I don't know. At the moment, there also is not a tool to do like a half wall or a no wall view like we can in The Sims. So you do just have to zoom in and out and move the camera around at different angles to be able to see where you're placing furniture and stuff, which could create some issues when you're wanting to build like a smaller room, like if you were building a little laundry room that you only wanted to be like a 3 by 3 room. It would be hard to see in the walls and in between, so you'd really have to zoom in, and there are some potential problems, but like I said, it's in beta mode, so I don't know if that is a feature that may or may not be coming that they're working on. We'll see. And so the next one just talks about modifying walls, so adjusting the height or the position. Like I said, you can also change the surface depending on like what wall paint that you put on it, everything like that. And then, so the third one says that once you've enclosed a room like we have with walls, it'll have a default floor, but to customize it, you want to select a surface from in here, this little line here is the surfaces for flooring. Um, and then you can just click on it. It automatically fills the whole space. So you can't really um, edit just a portion of it. I can kind of show you though how you can do a different one. Just one second. Okay, so I went back in and I just made like a little floor plan here with like an entry and a living room and a kitchen and a bedroom, bathroom, and then maybe an area to do some stairs up to a second floor to see how that works. But basically, you can turn a wall into a glass wall. Well, okay, you can turn it into a glass wall or you can turn it invisible. That's where I meant to do the quotes. And that way, when you're placing flooring, so you can place it just here, but you can place a different flooring here. Um, Fortunately, it's the same as The Sims. G toggles the grid on and off. So if you want to see what the stuff looks like, I actually really love the graphics of this. Like the texture of the wood is a little bit realistic, but it's still a little bit cartoony. So let me just place some flooring here. They also have an eyedropper tool, which is nice. And I'm just gonna place that in those rooms for now. And I'll do, ooh, I really like those tiles for the kitchen. That's kind of fun. And then maybe just regular tiles in the bathroom. Okay, now windows, doors, they don't have very many options at the moment, but keep in mind this is still the beta version, but they have some very cute options in a few different styles. So they have like a gothic type door, they have a minimalist door, they have kind of an industrial door with windows, and then a different style like double door industrial, and then they just have like a plain, I don't know, that's almost like mid-century, and then like a classical door, a little cottage door. So there's like a few different styles in the game at the moment. So if you, I'll just place some doors here, and I'm gonna turn this back into a regular wall, and I might do like an archway into these rooms. And if you left click on an item, you can get the color wheel and you can edit the color of things. That's going to take some getting used to though, because I never remember to left click or right click. I always left click like I normally would in like The Sims. And then it starts like moving on me and I'm like, what the heck's going on? So it's definitely, the controls on this game are something that you'll have to get used to. But I mean, overall, I really like this game. I feel like it has a lot of potential, at least. And like, I think can you resize these? No. So you can't resize windows at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we won't worry about that. So we'll just place some windows. They also have, this is super cute. They call it a bathroom window, and it's like kind of propped open a little bit, which I think is super cute. Now, as for stairs, I haven't actually collided with minimalist half glass door. So I haven't totally figured out. Okay, so you can just like, I don't really, oh, these are like carpeted. I don't like that. They're just like wood stairs. Ooh, I don't like that either. Okay. Okay. I can't figure out why they won't There we go. Okay. Okay, that was weird because now it's fine, but before it wasn't. So I don't totally get that. Let's see. And then how do I'm not sure. Okay, there. That's how you place a fence. That's not too bad. I don't see anything about railings. Only like, yeah, I see a path tool. Oh, so you have to like draw a path. Oh, okay. So you have to draw. Oh, I don't love this. But it's fine. And you can just press escape to get out of it, I guess. I'm gonna cover all of that area though. There we go. Oh, okay. So you can kind of see the direction that my brush went depending on where so you have to be very careful about how you put your lines down. I guess this is kind of a good way to make it look more organic, but I don't love it, but that's fine. It's still in beta, so there's chance that it'll be all right. Okay, we've already covered windows and doors in the tutorial. Right, so roofs, you can go up to change floors, and I wanted to see how to add stairs inside. Ooh, a floating stair. Okay, I'm gonna turn snapping off. Okay, so clearly this isn't an issue in game. Okay. It doesn't look like, oh, you can change how steep they are. That's kind of cool. So I could make them like steeper to fit right against this wall so that there's no like overhang. But there's no way it doesn't look like at the moment to change it into like an L-shaped stair or a U-shaped stairwell. And then it does automatically open this. Okay, so if I do like put the grid back on and I do something like that, okay. And then roofing, actually, once you get the hang of it on this game, is fairly easy. You just drag the arrows like you would in The Sims, but it's a lot smoother and I like that. You don't have to hold down like Alt to get it right in like a middle, like it doesn't like click in. Maybe it would if you've got clipping on. No, even if you have clipping on, it doesn't click in, so that's really nice. I'll finish roofing another time. I just wanted to show you guys kind of the basic stuff. So they have a lot of surfaces. They have like a tintable wallpaper, but if you choose these, you can't choose the color. So the color of this is the color you're stuck with, unless you choose the tintable wallpaper, which is just like a plain wallpaper. So, but they do have some nice swatches. Like I do like, I'll kind of zoom in a little bit so you can see some of the swatches, what they look like. Now, obviously these are not like outdoor stuff, but like, oh, okay. It's really ornate. But they have some nice like brick patterns. They have, this one's very like industrial looking. They have just a stucco, a plaster, which honestly kind of looks like just the regular paint. They have like modern wood planks. And it does like automatically go on the wall. I don't know. Okay, holding shift does not work. You have holding shift just takes the grid away temporarily. I don't know if there is a way at the moment, if there's like a hotkey or something to cover a whole room. You might just have to do it wall by wall. But we'll see. And then I might just do like light gray base. I'm not gonna do the whole thing though, honestly. Okay, and then in furniture, there is a different tutorial that just talks about the different furnishings, how you can place it, and it's pretty basic. Customizing, again, you right click on it, and then they do have swatching on, I think, almost all of their objects, which is really nice, and I'll show you some of them. And then you can also change the ambiance of the light. You can adjust the time of day so that you can see how it looks. So if we furnished like the living room, for example, so like this one, I don't love the pattern, but I like the look of the couch. So you can change the color on the color wheel, and you can change how light or dark it is with this little slider tool. And you can also use this plus to remember that color. So like if you had this here and you wanted like a little armchair, and I think you can kind of move it. And I think if you unlock it, you might be able to move it more. Maybe not. But anyways, if you click on it, then you can press this. Okay, come on. Why is that one going, but this one's not? In theory, you're supposed to be able to click the swatch down here and it'll automatically put it on the item. But they do have a lot of like nice options, like I was saying. I won't show you all of them, but they're pretty nice. And they've kind of got a cartoony feel, but also a realistic feel. So it's kind of in between, like Alpha in Sims and just like regular Maxis Match. And then how they sort and categorize everything is a little different. So like they don't do it based off of room entirely. Like they have some bedroom stuff like side tables, beds, and then like wardrobe and dressers, but to get like mirrors and rugs and stuff, that's in the room decor. So that's just something else that'll take getting used to. This one, so like you can make the rug bigger or smaller, and you can change the swatch. So yeah, I think it's a pretty neat game actually. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want to see me run through a whole house with a whole build. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I'm going to finish furnishing this house and then show you guys everything. But I did want to show you just little details here and there as I go along. You can resize plants, which is really nice. So you can have them be a big house plant or like a little table plant. So that's really nice. But you can also resize paintings, which is amazing. Now it is just like a 1-to-1 ratio. You can't like lengthen it or only change the height. But that is a really nice feature that I like. Side note though, you cannot resize like this console table. You can only like rotate it. you can't resize the TV either or any of the like big furniture items. Okay, so this is something that slightly is annoying, and I'm not sure why it does this, but like you can't place a wall item if there is a wall like right in the way. So like I wanted this console table to be more centered here, so that like it just looked a little better, but I couldn't center this on the wall as well. So I had to move everything over, which is a little bit unfortunate. And again, it's beta, so hopefully they will like fix that, or maybe there's a workaround that I just don't realize. I don't know. It'll be something that we will have to figure out as we go, I guess. So this is a thing that I thought was weird at first, but I kind of like it. None of the beds have pillows on them. They're just like a basic frame with like a blanket looking thing and then like a mattress. They have a separate category for cushions, but you can put your pillows on there and resize them depending on how big the bed is. And so you can arrange the pillows kind of how you'd like. Now it's not perfect, because you can't put them like right up next to each other. So like, oh, I guess that is actually right up next to each other. But it's really nice. I really like it actually. Um, now that I've played this a little bit, it's nice to have a separate category for pillows and cushions that you can put on the bed or the sofa if you wanted. What do you guys think about that? Is that a feature that you would like to see in The Sims? Maybe The Sims 5, or is that one that you'd be willing to play this game for? Okay, so you can't resize everything, just plants and pictures, when it comes to like interior decorating, but you can resize the trees, possibly the shrubs. You can resize the shrubs. We'll see if you can resize the flowers, but I'm not sure. You can't resize the flowers. Feel like you should be able to resize. Yes, you can resize the rocks. And you can also resize like wall plants like ivy and stuff. So that's a pretty cool feature. I really like that. I feel like it's unique to gameplay, something that we're not used to, but it makes it so that you don't have to create a ton of different like decoration options. You can just resize them as needed. So I'll give you guys a quick little tour of the full house that I did in here, just so you can kind of get an idea of the capabilities of this game, and kind of what to look forward to and what to be aware of. Now, first and foremost, be aware that this is still beta, so I couldn't quite figure out the roofing, and so it kind of clips into the rooms a little bit. I don't know if that would be an issue in actual gameplay or not, but we'll see. I did put a little bit of ivy on the stair, or on the front porch here. I couldn't really resize it though because it said it was getting in the way of the wall, but again, that's just another thing that you kind of figure out as time goes on, whether there's like a move objects on cheat like there is in The Sims, but we just don't know it yet. So then this is the little entryway. You kind of already saw that I put this console table here with this mirror. Part of their decor was that they have a landline in there, which I thought was funny, so I added that in. They have a really cool looking like computer setup, but they also have like other older looking monitors and different unique stuff. This is my little kitchen. I just went kind of basic in here. They do have, I'll try and like zoom in. This camera is really hard to operate. They have like as a wall decor a brick kind of kitchen backsplash, which I thought was cool, but I couldn't figure out how to, excuse me, how to put it like over the whole thing. And also I wanted to add like shelving to it to add stuff, but nothing was going on it. And now the oil and vinegar are just like kind of, I don't know, like floating out here. So couldn't figure that out. Um, I thought this table was super unique because it clips onto the wall. So it's not like, it's one of those ones that like you could fold up or down probably. But I just thought that was kind of a cute little idea for the game. Just a basic living room. I kind of showed you guys. I had to add all of these things to the bookshelves, and all of the bookshelves are empty. So that is something to keep in mind. You have to add each item individually, all the little books, all the decor items, everything like that. But again, it's beta, so who knows if they'll have more options in the future. The bathroom, I thought it was pretty cool that they actually have a couple options for double sinks. So you don't have to put in two separate sinks next to each other like you do in The Sims, or put in a counter and a couple sinks, like nothing like that. This had the option already in there, which was nice. Just cute little clutter items for laundry stuff. I really loved this backyard, like industrial looking couch thing. I thought that was very unique too. Pretty basic bedroom. I'm not totally sure what's going on with the lighting in here though, because I do have a roof on, but it still looks like the sun is shining through and it affects the colors. So like this is supposed to be kind of a darker green based on the color wheel swatch that I did, but it looks very like lime green and I'm not loving it. So I don't know what was going on there. Um, Overall though, I think out of 10, I'd probably give this like a 6 or a 7 so far. And I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's in pretty good shape for just the beta version of a game. I really like the graphics. I really like the design style choices, and I think that they just have a few things to work on.